There is a huge and very much ignored health tragedy going on in our society, and it may be affecting you, especially if you are a woman. Stick around and I'll explain what I'm talking about. Most people have heard of Candida. It's a fungus, and systemic candidiasis is a huge problem. A lot of women get yeast infections, and that's usually Candida albicans in the vagina. And what they don't know is that if they have it in the vagina, they probably have it systemically. There are tons of products out there, Candida cleanse products, or products that make an attempt to kill the Candida. It is so much harder than that. It is so much more extensive than that. You have to know how to deal with it. Otherwise, you're wasting your money on those products, you're wasting your time, and you're wasting your health, because Candida is a health destroyer. And it causes a lot of health problems that are simply diagnosed for the health problem that they are, and no one diagnoses the initial causes, the root causes. Over the years in my clinical practice, I saw a lot of women who had a major problem with systemic candidiasis. In many cases, they had copious yellow or white discharge, vaginal discharge, and I can't even count the cases of women who had recently had a pelvic exam or a PAP, and no one had mentioned that they had a huge problem with Candida. And the reason for this is that in conventional medicine, they have very little to offer people with an overgrowth of Candida. There are a lot of different causes of Candida, including certain prescription medications, particularly antibiotics, as we all know. And there are a lot of health problems that result from Candida. I'm not going to go into all those things in this video. If you want to know more about that, go on my newsletter, longlifehealthy.life. There is an extensive article on this subject, and you'll learn everything you need to know about Candida. But I do want to mention just a few of the health problems that can result from Candida overgrowth. Colitis, irritable bowel disease, and many other gastrointestinal inflammatory diseases, autoimmune diseases, fibromyalgia, intestinal hyperpermeability or leaky gut, small intestine bacterial overgrowth, that's SIBO, gynecological disorders, hormonal issues, metabolic conditions like diabetes, respiratory diseases, neurological diseases, cardiovascular conditions, and much, much more. These are all things that can result from Candida overgrowth, and they will almost never be diagnosed as such. Candida albicans, like a lot of other microorganisms, produces biofilms to protect itself, and the immune system can't penetrate those biofilms, and very few medicines can penetrate the biofilms. So you can take a Candida cleanse product, do a Candida diet, take antifungals, medical antifungals, and they will kill a lot of the fungus. The problem is the spores remain behind. And those spores will hatch, and you've got another generation of Candida. Plus, those things that I just mentioned aren't going to penetrate the biofilms where the Candida resides. It's like a refuge where it goes to protect itself, a fortress. But there are things, natural things, that penetrate and break down the biofilms. Now, this is a very extensive subject. I don't have time in this video to develop this subject completely, but you can go on my newsletter, longlifehealthy.life, and there's an article about this that, like I said, is going to tell you everything you need to know about how to prevent Candida and how to eliminate it if you have it. There's also information in that article about Herxheimer reaction, the die-off reaction, where the toxins from the die-off of the Candida are making the patient sick. And there are things that can be done about that. Also in that article, there's information about how to heal your body from all of the effects of having had Candida. You can get rid of Candida. You can cleanse the fungus out of your body. You can kill the spores, cleanse the spores out of your body. You can break down the biofilms and cleanse those out of your body. And then you can heal yourself from the after effects of the destruction of Candida. I know of no other source of all this information. This is science-based information at its very best. And it's a comprehensive handbook on dealing with Candida albicans.